So yesterday we have created company and we have created chart of accounts, and we have seen the few differences in ECC compared to S4HANA. So today I have already created company and I have assigned few of the global settings, which is fiscal year variant, field status variant and posting period variant. This I have not created anything new in this. I have just updated the standard ones which SAP has provided. So as we discussed in our previous videos, there were no changes for fiscal year variant and field status variant. We can see the changes only in chart of accounts and posting period variant. Yesterday we have seen the difference. What is the difference in chart of accounts between ECC and SAP S4HANA? So you can see how the posting period looks in SAP S4HANA. I have entered the transaction code OB52 and it has opened up the screen posting period variant. We have to actually give the posting period variant, and it will just open up that posting period variant. But if you see in ECC, if you give OB52, it will open the posting period variant for all the company codes. There is no option to select a particular posting period variant in ECC. And also when compared to S4HANA and ECC, we don't see here it has opened up all the posting period variants. There is no option to select particular posting period variant in ECC. That is a new development in S4HANA, where we can select only a particular posting period variant. So what is the reason? What is the reason they have developed an input field where we need to specify the required posting period variant? This is because whenever in month-end process, all the users responsible to this posting period variants will be opening or closing their posting periods. So if an user responsible for 0001 comes to this screen might be in locked status. If the other user who is responsible for 2000 comes to this screen, it will be in locked status. So at a time only one user can use this particular screen. So because of this reason, so as we discussed, S4HANA is a simplified advanced process. So they have simplified the process and it will give the maximum result. So they have selected the field for inputting the posting period variant. And also one more change, we can see there is no period 3 in ECC, but we can see in SAP S4HANA there is period 3. Even this they have introduced here because now FI and CO are not two separate components, they are merged together. So whenever the CO postings flow into FI, definitely there should be a posting period. So posting period 3 is mainly used for secondary cost postings. If the normally secondary cost postings, normally we do the postings in controlling. If we want that to flow to FI, this period should be opened. And one more thing to understand in period 3 is the period 3 values will be similar to period 1. Like whatever is the finance posting period, the same will be the CO posting period if we don't update this. If we want CO postings to be in a specific posting period and FI postings to the normal periods which are open here, if we want, see for example the period is 1 and for controlling you want to post it for December, then we have to specify which period it has to be posted. So this is one. And another thing is we can post we can use this period 3 for this all accounts and the S account. S is a general ledger. For this we can use this period 3 for all and general ledger accounts. So now let us see the differences between ECC and S4HANA for ledgers. So if we see in ECC, the ledgers configuration will not be available in normal financial accounting global settings. It will be available under financial accounting new. This financial accounting new global settings. So because in new only the extended new GL concept was introduced. So as we discussed in our previous videos, S4HANA is an inbuilt of new GL. So if we see here financial accounting global settings and the ledger, define ledgers for general ledger accounting, define currencies of leading ledger, define and activate non-leading ledgers, assign scenarios and customer fields to ledgers, activate. So these are the different nodes available in ECC. Let us check how it was differentiated in HANA. So if we see here, it is financial accounting global settings, ledgers, and within ledger it is define settings for ledgers and currency types. In ECC we have seen the currency types was in the second node. Deactivate a ledger for a company code, define ledger group. So we can see it was little bit difference. So ledger define settings for ledgers and currency types. So in ECC it is define ledgers for general ledger accounting, define currencies of leading ledger. It is in two nodes. Let us open and see how both looks like. Define ledgers for general ledger accounting. So if we see this, it has given some warning messages, and we can see here itself currency types, global currency conversion settings, currency conversion settings for company codes, and the ledger company code settings for the ledger, accounting principles for ledger and company code. In a single node we can see multiple configurations. So company code settings for the ledger. So each and every ledger is assigned to a particular company code, we can have individual configurations to a particular company code. So accounting principles for ledgers and company code. Let us check. 0L. 0L is the standard ledger. So if we see this, it was by default, I think it should be assigned even to our company code. Standard ledger will by default will be assigned. 0L is a standard ledger which will by default be assigned to the company code. So I think accounting principles for ledger and company code, few of the things we need to define by ourselves, and just we will have a look how the screen looks in ECC. So here you can see that in ECC the screen is totally different. It is ledger, ledger name, totals table, and it shows whether it is a leading or non-leading ledger. So 0L is a leading ledger. We can see there is a tick mark, and all others are non-leading ledgers, and there is a totals table. We don't see the totals table in S/4HANA. This was totally eliminated. We can see ledger, ledger name, and whether it is leading or non-leading. You can see here ledger. We just go to the ledger screen. We can see ledger, ledger name, and leading. In addition to these fields, we can even see whether the leading ledger is a standard ledger and so always leading ledger should be a standard ledger, and non-leading ledger can be standard ledger or extension ledger. So if we see in ECC there are only two ledgers, leading ledger, non-leading ledger. There is no extension ledger or any more ledger types. But in S/4HANA we can see there is a standard ledger and leading ledger. Leading ledger always is a ledger type of standard ledger, and non-leading ledger can be standard ledger or extension ledger. And in extension ledger, so as we discussed in our previous video, we know that extension ledgers should have always an underlying standard ledger. So these extension ledgers again they can categorize into four categories: standard general ledger entries, line items with technical numbers, line items with technical numbers, no deletion possible, general entries for valuation differences. So all these things. I think now still in 1909 there was like the extension ledger types were totally little bit different, and even they have simulation, prediction. There were many advanced configurations coming up in new releases. Coming to currencies related to ledgers, we can see in S/4HANA there is company code currency, and there is a controlling area currency which is a global currency, and also we can add up to 8 currencies in S/4HANA. But in ECC, if we see we can add only up to 2 currencies, which is group currency and hard currency. In addition to company code currency, we can add only group currency and hard currency, but it was increased to 8 currencies in S4HANA. So for leading ledger, define currency, we check here, and for company code, any of the company code, if we check, it shows only 2 currencies. So let us move on to S4HANA, and here we can see we can add 8 more currencies. Like this, we keep on adding 8 currencies. So if we want the new currency which the SAP has not provided, before creating the ledger settings, we have currency related settings. We can do all the configuration here. So as discussed, we can create our new currency types as required by the client. So if we see, there are different currency types. If we want to create a new currency type, we will just click on new entries and follow this format. We have the currency type is allowed as alphanumeric, and we can even give alpha and also numeric. And if you see the description, so they have provided the description as document currency in group valuation, in profit valuation, company code currency in group valuation, profit center valuation, controlling area currency, group currency. So we can see the different types of things. So here this is just a valuation view. It doesn't make any difference in the postings. There is a legal valuation, there is a group valuation, and the one important thing is settings definitions level. So whether this currency is set for global or it is a company code specific. If it is set for global, it can be used by all company codes, and as it said, if it is a company code specific, it can be only used by the company code. Okay, so there is one more setting. So if it is global currency and if it needs to convert to other currency, here is the setting: global currency conversion settings. This is currency type, company code currency, group valuation, profit center valuation, and controlling object currency. And this is source currency type. It's a document currency, and these are all company code currency. You can see this is real-time conversion, and exchange rate type is standard translation at, and translation date type is translation date. So if we want to this is currency conversion settings for company code. This is for global currency, we have seen that a currency can be used in two types. One is global currency and one is company code specific. So this configuration is for company code specific currency for conversion. Currency conversion settings for company codes. So these are the company codes, and this is currency type and what currency it is, and source currency type, real-time conversion. So if there is any conversion required in the while posting the ledgers, so we need to maintain the configuration here. So if we see this global currency conversion settings, so here we don't update any currency. It is specifically related to company codes and controlling object currency. And let us create a conversion setting for our company code. And we will click on new entries. And we will update. So our company code is 4HA. And the currency type is, we will take 30 as group currency and currency as INR, and exchange rate type. Normally in standard translation at average rate, and we will select translation date. So we are adding group currency to our company code. If we see here, company code settings for the ledger, actually I haven't saved it. I have to show something to you before saving it. And if we go here, we drop down in the currency type, so initially when I was showing, we have seen only these two, so I thought of not saving it, but even though just now we have created it and it got updated here. And let us see here, currency conversion settings. Okay, group currency, it has, even though we have given INR, it has taken as GBP, means the group currency will be at client level, we can't change it, so it is GBP. So that's why it was showing there in the company code settings. So if we want a new currency, we can create it here so that we can assign it to our company code. So you can see these are all warning messages. There are no error messages, so we can just save it. So now we can see there is currency type 10 company code currency, and this is company currency, which is a group currency, means like company currency, which is a group currency, group valuation. Both were assigned to the company code settings for the ledger, and we can even see the source currency type is, for this it is document currency. For the company code it is document currency, but for the company at group valuation the source currency is company code currency, because whatever we enter it needs to translate the currency from company code to group currency. So one more currency which we created is group currency. Let us try to assign that. So we have, which one we have created is 30. Actually we have added it to currency conversion settings, so we can see this. $30, and if we click on enter, so this is the same thing which we can see in ECC. We are trying to add a new currency type to a combination of a company code and ledger. You can easily change the currency configuration if no postings exist for this company code. If transaction data already exists for the company code and you want to implement new currency types, you need to do this using a currency introduction project. Otherwise the transaction data would become inconsistent and would have to be adjusted. So this is like a consistency check if we need to add new currency after the postings has happened. So if we see here, before I was struggling that I was not able to see this document currency here. Then I figured it out when I was doing the currency conversion settings for company code. I have missed the source currency type. So whatever information we update in currency conversion settings will be updated here. So the same thing, you can see that, and real-time conversion. Let us save this. So now let us move on to accounting principles for ledger and company code. It is a combination of both. So we are specifying the accounting principle based on ledger and also company code. So we are defining new entries for this combination. So if we are giving accounting principle IND, okay, there is already, okay, before giving it here we need to create the accounting principles. So we are going to use the existing ones. So it is India GAAP. We are going to use this accounting principle India GAAP, or we can create our own accounting principle that needs to be created outside of this configuration. So these ledgers or accounting principles will be created based on the requirements of the client. So based on how many ledgers they need to have their reports. So based on that we will be creating this accounting principles. So if we want to generate report based on India GAAP, we will use ledger 0L. If we want to generate reports based on IFRS, then we will have to create accounting principle which is related to IFRS and needs to be assigned to a separate ledger, so we can generate report based on those accounting principles. So now let us understand what is parallel accounting using GL accounts. So what normally is a parallel accounting? It is like if a company have different requirements for reporting, then we will be using parallel accounting. That means if we have to report in India GAAP and we have to report in IFRS and we have to report in other specific legal requirement, so for each and every requirement we need to have a separate ledger. So if that is the process, then it is a ledger based approach. But there are companies which are not using new GL, but they have to report in different legal requirements. Maybe one is India GAAP and other is IFRS. Okay, let us take an example. We have to report the asset based on India GAAP and also based on IFRS. Normally they will create two different accounts, one for two different assets, asset accounts, one for India GAAP and one for IFRS. So if they want to report to IFRS, they will pull the account which they have created for IFRS. If they want to report for India GAAP, they will pull the account which they have created for India GAAP. So that is account based approach. So normally who are going to use this? So who want to check this checkbox? So we know that there are few old customers still who are using the account based approach, like they are following the parallel accounting through GL accounts. When they migrate to S/4HANA, they are not using new GL. They are just using the account based approach based on classic GL. But when they migrate to S/4HANA, still if they want to use their account based approach, they will activate this checkbox. It will be useful for them. So let us discuss about this parallel accounting using GL accounts. One more example when they can use this. So there is a customer who want to migrate to SAP S/4HANA. At present he is using classic GL. There are two ways to that customer to migrate to S/4HANA. First, he can activate new GL and then migrate to S/4HANA. Second option is he can directly migrate to S/4HANA and have this checkbox checked, and later on he can decide whether to implement new GL or not. So for those kind of customers, this option will be helpful. So after defining settings for ledgers and currency types, we have one more option where we can deactivate a ledger for a particular company code. So we can say here we will use the year. We can say that only for this year we have to use this. So if we check the GL, we can tell from which year to which year we have to use that. So later on, by default, that ledger will be deactivated. So that is the purpose of this setting. So one more thing is define ledger group. If we want to group the ledgers into a single group, we can group into a ledger group. So now let us check the screens how it looks in ECC. So already we have seen that the options are little bit different. So in ECC it was like define ledgers for general ledger accounting. If we see this, we are just creating the ledgers and we will be specifying whether it is a leading or non-leading ledger. Nothing more than this in this configuration step. And in this we are going to define currencies of leading ledger. So what is the currency for leading ledger? Based on company codes. And the other step is here we will define and activate. This is for non-leading ledgers and the ledger group. These two things are not available. We have not seen this assign scenarios and customer fields to ledgers and activate cost of sales accounting, because these were merged into FI. In the new process we haven't seen this. So let us move on and check. So this is how it looks in S/4HANA. So let us create controlling area. Let us move on to controlling. So let us create a controlling area. So here we will click on new entries. Controlling area we will give same as our company code and name as controlling area for S/4HANA, and here we will select controlling area same as company code. So whatever the settings we did for company code, the same will be applicable to the controlling area. Currency type we will give company code currency. If we select that option, it will by default take company code currency. And it will take all the parameters from the company code, and here we will create cost center cost center hierarchy. So if we actually we have not yet created the cost center hierarchy, so it says it does not exist and system will create it in the background. So we will say X. The same it in ECC also it works as with the similar process. Okay, then we will save it. Yes. And next step we will assign company code to the controlling area. So now let us see how the controlling area screen looks in SAP ECC. This is the controlling area screen in SAP ECC. This part looks same and even this and even this and even this. But we can see in other settings there is hide. There is one option, hide controlling area from F4, that is there in S4HANA. And it seems all other things are similar. Let us check once. Let me check once the basic data. So I think we can see different company code, currency and leading. There are few fields activated in added in S4HANA, but most of the things are similar. Okay, let us move on and create assign company code to our controlling area. So new entries and controlling area is this, and so we'll assign S4HANA to our controlling area. So we will save this. So while it getting saved, let us move on and see. There are few fields added, and this is same assignment of company code. Okay, and activation of components. Maybe the screen looks different. Assignment of company codes. New general ledger accounting is active. See long text. So here they are using cross company code cost accounting. So here everything is active. Okay. So we can see most of the things are similar compared to ECC and S4HANA. Let us move on and activate the components. As we all know, there are many components. Clear intervals. Okay, so we will just activate component active for cost centers. Others we will keep it the same. Just we will activate from 2018, and we will save this. So this is the same message we get in ECC. Now let us create number ranges for controlling documents. So let us copy it from the standard company code 0001 and S4 HANA. So you copy this, and this is same message we get in ECC was copied. So if we check S4HA and the number range intervals, we can see this was copied from standard company code. Let us save it. Let us now maintain versions for controlling. So normally we will select 0 version. So this version is used to post the plan, actual, work in progress and variance postings in controlling. So in this version there are different things. As of now, this is enough. So we are selecting version 0. This define ledger for CO version is a new setting in S4 HANA. Okay, first let us understand the background of this ledger, why it is required. So in FI we have mainly primary postings which will transfer to CO through primary cost element. So in FI we will have different ledgers, the leading ledger and the second one is the other ledgers. So mainly the transactions will flow from FI to CO through main ledger. It will not consider the transactions from other ledgers. Only the transactions from leading ledger will be transferred to CO. That is the case in ECC. But in S4 HANA, even we can specify from which ledger the postings needs to be transferred to controlling. So as how we have different ledgers in FI, we also have different versions in CO. Just as we created version 0 in, we have seen there are many different versions. So in ECC what was happening is the ledger, the leading ledger 0L is automatically transferring the values to version 0. It is by default. There is no configuration for that. But now in S4 HANA there is an option to select which leading ledger will transfer values to which versions. For example, if we have one leading ledger, different ledgers, there will be only one leading ledger. There will not be two leading ledgers. 0L will transfer values to version 0, and we can even define if there is any IFRS ledger, we can tell it will transfer values to some other version, maybe some version 9 or 7, whatever it might be. We can specify it in the configuration. So this configuration was not available in ECC. So let us in the meantime I have created a ledger for our controlling area and company code. So just I have clicked on new entries and given the controlling area version and ledger. Yeah. Actually this is an important configuration step in controlling, without which we can't post the transactions and it gives an error message. With this almost we have completed all the basic configuration required. So let us create some GL master data, and while postings, if we get any error messages regarding configuration, we will fix it and move it forward. So even we can understand better if which configuration is missing, what kind of error message we get. So that will be a good thing to learn even more. So let us move on to create GL master data. So one more thing to discuss here is, if we create a cost element, before we are creating cost element with KA01, if we try to create a cost element with KA01, it will redirect to FS00. So if you want to check that, KA01, so let me better exit and then show you, because we are already in the same screen and we are not able to figure it out. So you can see it will open up FS00, because as we already discussed, cost element is merged with GL account.